And that's the best sound in cooking. This is how you make your banh mi pickle. For ingredients, you're gonna need 1 pound of daikon radish, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, a half a cup of granulated sugar, and 2 tablespoons to add, 1.5 cups distilled white vinegar, 1 whole red onion, and 1 carrot. You're going to slice up your daikon radish and your carrots and salt them, making sure to massage them along the way. You're going to start to see some liquid after seasoning that. That's completely normal. To that, you're going to add your sliced red onions over the top. You want to make sure that these red onions are properly seasoned. In this case, I'm adding kosher salt. Want to give that a nice toss, making sure that they're all incorporated before adding in your sugar. The sugar will really provide a great contrast to the vinegar. It'll be sweet and tangy. That provides a really, really good pickle. So you want to give that a good toss before adding it to the jar. Once it's in the jar, you're going to add your distilled white vinegar. And there you have it. You have yourself a banh mi pickle that'll last you a long time. Here is how to make the pork belly marinade. You're going to need 4 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons Hoisin or oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 2 teaspoons of toasted sesame oil. To that, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of ketchup, and 1 teaspoon of 5 spice powder, 1 tablespoon of agave or honey, and lastly, 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing Wine. You're going to mix that all together, making sure that these are all nicely incorporated with all the different sauces. Marinate for 4 hours or better overnight. And there you have it. You just saw the video on how to make this. So this has been marinating for about 1 day. So we're just gonna place this in our hot pan. I wanna make sure to oil the pan first before coming in. And when it's hot enough, we just want to place it in there. And that's the best sound in cooking. When you hear that sizzle, you know your pan is at the right temperature. So I'm just going to put all that in there and cook that through. While we're waiting for that, we're going to get our baguettes ready. And I'm just going to take my knife and cut down the middle. Usually you would use a bread knife for this, but we don't have one, so we're making do with my chef knife. So, just nice. I like to keep all the bread in there because there's more to chew. Usually some people would take the insides out, but I actually really like that, so I'm gonna keep that in there. While we're waiting for meat, that's going now. We're gonna just add a little bit of mayo in the insides. And I can kind of smell it and caramelize a little bit. So we're just going to make sure the sauces got around. This guy is in pretty high heat. So we want to develop some nice char in there. We know that earlier on we added some sugar to the marinade, so it's going to caramelize nicely in there. So there's a lot of great flavors. Then we're gonna dab it a little bit with a little bit of Knorr seasoning. You can also use Maggi, depending on your preference. But I really like the Knorr seasoning. It gives a nice little bit of seasoning to the sandwich. I'm just gonna add a little bit there, right? Just quick dabs throughout the sandwich. We've got some good caramelization on our pork belly. I'm gonna let this cook a little bit more. I want to, again, build that char in the pork belly. So we're going to let that cook a little bit more. I'm about maybe 60 seconds out from pulling it and bring it into the cutting board. Okay, so we've pulled the pork out. It looks absolutely gorgeous. There's some good charring there. So we want to just cut this pork up so that we can add it to our banh mi. Now it's time for us to build our banh mi. I've already put our mayo in there and some Knorr seasoning. The Knorr seasoning is optional, so put that if you like the flavor. So I'm just gonna go in here with our pork belly, our marinated pork belly. Yeah, baby. Oh, I'm salivating right now because I'm hungry and this looks so good. Yummy, yummy, yum. Adding a little bit of that pickle in. And this just adds so much tang to your dish, so much tang and color. The vinegar and the sugar combined just add a depth of flavor that you don't normally get from dishes. Following that, we're gonna add some jalapenos on top. Yeah, I love a good jalapeno. It just adds a nice kick to our banh mi. And then I'm gonna add some cucumber. And lastly, I wanna add some cilantro over the top. Add some freshness and flavor to an already packed sandwich. And there you have it. You have yourselves some really nice packed pork belly sandwich. It's looking really good. Well, that was our banh mi sandwich. I hope you guys try this recipe. It's so delicious, so good. Hope you guys enjoy.